Oh hey, welcome to another edition of hand-laid tracks and 3D printed trains with Socrates. Today we're asking a question: what's white filament look like? Because these are all kind of white, but there's a difference between white and natural. So I've got three white filaments: ESUN, SUNLU, and KINGROON. Basically, the ESUN and SUNLU are pretty common on Amazon, and KINGROON is on AliExpress. I buy most of my filaments from Alibaba in bulk because it comes from China anyway, and they have a lot more colors available. But the white and the black is pretty cheap to get from one of the major suppliers, so I've used these three different ones. And I've noticed a subtle difference that actually two of them are what I would call natural, and one of them is what I would call white. And the biggest difference is natural is essentially uncolored filament, and white has a white dye in it. And you can see the difference on some of the prints. So I noticed it when I was making the Wascasa Pinolia tank cars, and if you'll notice, you can pretty clearly tell which one's white and which two are natural. And so it doesn't always matter, but on something like this is the smallest I could get this because it had to fit on the end of a tank car. So to get that, I was pretty limited. So you can see that it doesn't really show up that well on the natural one, but it shows up much better on the white. In the Pinolia itself, it's not that different, and in some ways the natural actually looks a little bit more weathered and natural, but if you need that to stand out, use the natural white, not the actual natural. And if you're wondering, so which is which? The white itself is the ESUN, and the SUNLU and KINGROON are both natural. At least those are the ones that I ended up buying. And every color combination is going to affect it differently. Like this is, I think that the slightly more worn look is kind of nicer with this one because both the blue and the natural white are a little bit more weathered. But you can definitely see the numbers clearer with actual white. This is the ESUN white, and this is the SUNLU natural. And again, it depends on the combination of the two colors, because this orange with the natural looks pretty fine, I think, and I'm not positive. I'm pretty sure this is a natural, and again, this is a natural as well, I'm quite sure. So there's nothing necessarily wrong with the white versus the natural. You just have to decide what is it you're trying to do, and if it's getting washed out in the color, maybe you're using natural and white will work better. There's not always a definite what's better. In some cases, it's just a question of what are you trying to do with it. And again, from my experience, the ESUN is the only of the three that's actually white. The SUNLU and the KINGROON are both natural in color. So that was what does a white PLA filament look like? Some of them are natural, some of them are white. Check them out yourself. Get the Colts, STL on Colts. Thanks for watching. See you next time with a train. This was hand-laid tracks without a train. Hand-laid tracks, not a train. Was no train, but there was different colors of white. Look, train.